How did I get my start as a financial advisor? I needed a job. I had gotten fired from my position working to help a theatrical production company produce plays. Well, actually, I didn't get fired. I quit. What happened was on opening night, my box office manager showed up late, and I had a line of angry ticket holders, and so I chewed her out. The following Monday, my boss calls me in, and he takes me to task for having chewed out the box office manager. What I didn't know was that the box office manager was his mother. And so, feeling very disrespected, I climbed up the moral high ground and I quit. So I went home and told my pregnant wife about this injustice that had happened to me and that I had quit my job. So I needed to find a job. One of the things that we considered doing was me going to work with my father-in-law. He was a photographer in Fresno, California, did a lot of wedding photography and quinceañeras, and I had actually helped him on a couple of them, so we thought that was an option. We went up to see them. It wasn't long before both my wife and I realized that there was no way we could live in the same area code with her mother, so that didn't work out. But while we were up there visiting with them, we accompanied them to a seminar over at a local PaineWebber office. Well, I didn't know what a seminar was, and I knew even less what PaineWebber was. But while we were sitting there and I was listening, I was understanding what this guy was talking about, single premium deferred annuities, and it just kind of made sense to me. And when he was asking for audience response, I'm raising my hand and saying, I know, and I'm sure the last thing he wanted to do was talk to the unemployed 26-year-old who didn't have any money. But unbeknownst to me, while that was all going on, my father-in-law had leaned over to my wife and whispered to her, Gary could do that. Now, she told me about that later after we got back home, and I was kind of stunned by that because I could do that? Could he think that? I mean, don't you need an MBA to be a stockbroker? Anyway, I'm unemployed, I'm looking for work, so I called up the local Merrill Lynch office and asked to speak to the manager. And he was very kind. He spent time with me on the phone describing what they were looking for a representative of their firm. And I'm listening really carefully because I'm waiting for the education requirement because I'm pretty sure that I didn't qualify. He never mentioned anything about it, so I asked him, I said, are you looking for a particular college degree? And his response was interesting. He said, oh, college is nice. Did you go to college? I said, I did. He asked me where I went, and I told him. And then he said, that's where I went to college. Say, could you come over and visit with me tomorrow at the office? I said I would. And I'm pretty sure by the time we hung up that call that I had been hired by Merrill Lynch.